Today's episode of What's New Now is sponsored by the legendary Jack Kilby, the founding father of the integrated circuit and most of technology as we know it today. Had he jetted off to some tropical island or taken a road trip cross-country in an RV instead of staying and working through his vacation, this episode, nor any other for that matter, may ever have existed. Just think about that the next time you fire up Expedia.com. Welcome back to the West Coast edition of What's New Now, your twice-weekly dose of tech news that matters. I'm your host, Rowlett, and it's Tuesday, September 15th. Well, we've made it back into the studio, but as you can see, we haven't yet fully recovered from the sprinkler system debacle that happened over a week ago. For those of you that didn't see it, here's a recap.
Yeah. And would this be one you would have, even without, having that special media card and getting it for free?
Yeah.
Would you have gone out and picked this one up?
Yeah, I would have. And having played it now for all these many hours, I'm still going to play it. In fact, I'm excited about it going live because that means that everybody else other than media people... Whoa! Okay. Okay, out. Shut it down, shut it down. Wow.
And chaos ensued. Gladly, the aftermath was not as bad as it looked, and things are up and running again sooner than we'd hoped, which is how we're here today to give you an episode I'd like to call Evolution Revolution. As I mentioned earlier, the integrated circuit turned 50 years old this past weekend, and in 50 years we've gone from this tiny little piece of germanium to a full-scale Large Hadron Collider that might possibly create the universe's first man-made black hole. I can only hope to be around for the next 50 years to see what exponential progress in technology is to come. But for now, we'll have to make do with Mozilla's latest evolution, Firefox 3.1. That's right, Firefox 2 is growing up and playing with the big boys. In response to the release of Google's Chrome browser and the overwhelming cries of the blogosphere, Mozilla has reported that in its latest incarnation of its famous browser, Firefox 3.1 will include a porn mode. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to say private browsing mode. Mozilla will now make a private browsing mode a standard feature of their browser for those who prefer to do their accounting online, erase their online footprints, or watch copious amounts of porn in public places. You know who you are. And so do your flight attendants. That's why the leaders of the Association of Professional Flight Attendants have come together to lobby against pornography on plane flights, now that airlines have begun to offer in-flight Wi-Fi service. They fear that at 20,000 feet, passengers will be privy to a plethora of porn and that people may provoke privacy pressures on the in-flight crew. But my question is, who would want to? Sounds like an unnecessary torture to me, and I'm not sure that the Mile High Club includes parties of one. Swing by any Best Buy before you take off. They have plenty of decent audio and video products that should occupy you for the length of your flight. And if they don't now, they will soon. Best Buy is set to acquire digital music pioneer Napster for $121 million in an attempt to double its annual sales and take a chunk out of the Apple iTunes marketplace. Napster will retain its name in the deal and will help Best Buy venture into non-traditional consumer electronics sales. Best Buy has already joined an alliance of leading electronics providers such as Sony, Philips, Intel, and Microsoft to create the Digital Entertainment Content Ecosystem, or DC, which will for the first time ever put the consumer at the center of the universe. Headed by Sony CTO Mitch Singer, DC's initiative is to allow the consumer to buy once, play anywhere, i.e. on any device you own. Noticeably, but not surprisingly missing from that list, is audio and video giant Apple. Apple has yet to respond to the initiative, but is unlikely to do so as their success is due largely in part to the DRM that ties their software and hardware together. Looks like Apple's got some tough times ahead of them. Not only is DC after them, but now App Store developers are turning their backs as well. Recently, Apple denied the application Podcaster approval to the App Store, citing that it duplicated a function that the iTunes software already provides, thereby making it an unnecessary application. By Sunday morning, over 24 top-tier bloggers lashed out against Apple for not keeping consistency within the App Store contract. Any investment of time and money could be completely lost if Apple ultimately decides to reject your application. And who likes to be rejected? Apparently not video game publisher Take-Two. This week, Electronic Arts solidified an end to the ongoing talks of acquisition of Take-Two. Finally, after offering a bid of $2 billion that Take-Two turned away, EA carefully backed out. Take-Two, on the other hand, had an "oh no you didn't" moment in which it responded with an overinflated sense of pride, stating that Take-Two's business has continued to strengthen since the time EA first made its offer. We have delivered terrific products to our consumers, and we've been rewarded with very strong financial performance. We have an exciting future ahead of us, powered by our profitability, a significant cash position, the absence of debt, an undrawn credit facility, and a terrific lineup of games. We are confident in the unique value of our business given our strong position in what is a growing and dynamic industry. Oh, snap. Well, Take-Two, you might want to tell that to your investors. Take-Two shares jumped down from 25 3/4 to 15.5 by market open on Monday. And that was Monday. Have you seen what's happened on Wall Street since then? I'm Brooks Rowlett, and you've been watching What's New Now.